Yo, 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 what is up? Paps here back in their video, and today we're going to be talking about the unfortunate thing in Rocket League that is a slump. And for those of you that might not know, I'd be surprised, but a slump is when you are either not playing your best, losing way more than you're winning, or just getting like too tilted or being way angrier than you normally are at the game or than you normally would be. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about some ways to kind of help combat a slump and maybe help you get out of it quicker, or just any remedy to a potential Rocket League slump. And I thought about talking about this because I currently am going through a Rocket League slump and I'm like nearing the end of it. So I figured I might as well talk about some of the stuff that I do to help myself feel better. So first and foremost, one of the things that you can do if you want to help yourself in a slump that might help your mentals a little bit, you'll see here I have in my bindings, I currently have Scoreboard Unbound. And I talked about this in a previous video a bit ago, talking about how having Scoreboard off has helped me a lot with my mentals, because Scoreboard, I feel like when you're looking at it in game, it doesn't really give you any sort of positive mental help. Because think of it this way: one, you check the scoreboard and you have way less points than your teammates, and you start to feel bad and you start to feel like you're playing awful, and you start to get in your own head, and so on and so forth. Or two, you just check it and you and your teammate or teammates have around the same points, whatever. In that scenario, again, neutral, nothing. And then in another scenario, let's say you have way more points than your teammate or teammates, and in that scenario, you're going to be getting toxic, potentially getting toxic. You're going to be upset. Oh, my teammate needs to do more. Oh, my teammate this. Oh, my teammate that. They don't have enough points. I'm doing everything, blah, blah, blah. So again, in that scenario, even if you have a lot of points, more points than your teammates, you're going to be potentially getting toxic and potentially getting angry and tilted. And again, nothing like that is good. So for me, I feel like having Scoreboard on, checking it mid-game is not always the best thing for your mentals, and I would recommend turning it off, especially if you have a habit of flicking it in game. I do that as well, and I'm gonna keep it off for, I don't know, the foreseeable future until I feel like I want it back on. Another big tip that I don't currently have right now, because it hasn't really been a super big issue for me, but it could be an issue for you: turn off voice chat if you do use it still, and disable text chat, because putting yourself in a scenario where you could potentially be easily tilted by either teammates or opponents is obviously not good for your mentals. It's going to help you, or not help you, but it's going to make you more tilted. It's going to contribute to your slump. You don't want that. I don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. So if you find yourself in a slump of time where you are getting too tilted at chat, maybe you're even the one being toxic and you want to stop that and stop, making people upset and getting in toxic interactions, turn that off. It's a very big mental booster. Again, there are periods of time where I turn off Scoreboard, turn off chat, change my name, and instantly I start to have more fun in the game, and I stop stressing about all the little things that I was stressing about. But okay, so we talked about Scoreboard, we talked about chat. Going undercover is potentially another option if you're on PC, or maybe you can make an alt account on your console and grind it up to whatever rank you're currently at. If that bothers you as well, just playing under a different alias, maybe you get nervous or whatever reason. So that's another thing. But those are all things that assume you're going to continue playing, right? Let's say that you want to slow down your ranked gameplay. Let's say you want to slow down and not just be playing 1s, 2s, or 3s, or whatever extra modes you enjoy playing, and you want to take a different approach. Something else that helps a lot, if you're on PC, you can grind workshops. If you're on console, you can grind free play, custom training, all that stuff. You can do it on PC too. I personally don't really do workshops anymore. I mainly do custom training and free play, mostly free play. I do a lot what I'm doing now, like for this video. I'm just kind of mindlessly knocking the ball around, just getting as many touches on the ball as you can. It's good for consistency. But yeah, that is super helpful. A lot of people just straight up forget to train, or they'll get into a period of time where they're peaking and they stop training or don't train as much. And that is definitely not good for your Rocket League slump / mental / whatever. Continuing your training in any capacity, whether it's, like I said, workshop, custom training, free play, all that stuff, is going to continue to allow you to keep peaking and all that good stuff. I personally definitely noticed a difference in my gameplay over time when I stopped training as much. It's not good. And then I always go back on my training arc, and it's a cycle. It's the Rocket League cycle. Another thing you can do is you can just straight up take a break. Maybe, take a nice 2-3 day break from Rocket League, or maybe even a week, whatever period of time that you want to take a break from the game until you kind of want to hop back on and play again, get that hunger back, get that mentality reset. That is super helpful as well. I've personally done that many times, taking a nice 2-3 day break. And then I'll just be streaming different games or playing different games, whatever it may be. Breaks are essential in any sport, whether it's a esport, physical sport, chess, checkers, whatever that's even considered. I don't even know. Anything that requires a lot of skill and patience and all that stuff, you're going to need a mental break here and there to reset your brain and reset your drive. Because sometimes you just be playing to play, and maybe you don't even really want to play that much, but you feel like you have to. Whenever you get in a rut like that, trust me, a break is super helpful. Let's see, what else do I have? I don't really have a script or anything here. I'm just kind of thinking on the top of my head stuff that I've done personally to help me through slumps. So we talked about not neglecting training. We talked about taking a break. Something else that could really help is, for lack of a better word, coaching. And I don't mean necessarily having to go out and buy coaching from anyone. I even think that maybe taking time to go over a replay with a friend, that might want to, take 10-15 minutes and just go over a replay, and they can help, talk about things that you're maybe doing wrong or things you have to work on, stuff like that. It can be really helpful to analyze your gameplay and take a step back and kind of see what you're doing wrong. And especially if you're in that mindset where you're blaming teammates and stuff, it can be really refreshing to take a step back and kind of analyze your own gameplay and realize that, you're not perfect. You make mistakes, and there's plenty of things that you could be doing better in every single game. I promise you that. Any pro coach, they'll all say that. They'll all echo that sentiment. And even if you don't have a friend or whatever to do it yourself, you can definitely watch over the replays yourself and just kind of be very non-biased and just try your best to be critical of you and your mistakes. That's how you improve as a player. That's how you'll understand the whole, you're not perfect and your teammates are not the only ones that make mistakes. Even though, trust me, I'd definitely be blaming teammates and stuff too. I think every single Rocket League player falls into that hole sometimes. But I also do try to be critical of my own gameplay and call myself bad or whatever, or understand when I'm not playing my best or playing horrible, whatever, I try to balance it out, at least in my brain, in my opinion. But yeah, those are just some good ways to help yourself get out of a slump. slash, you know, start playing better, not be as tilted, so on and so forth. I don't really know how I felt about this video. I kind of liked it. I kind of like sitting in free play and just knocking the ball around and talking about a certain topic that I have a pretty good knowledge about, because, you know, I have like 10,000, 11,000 hours in the game, and trust me, I've slumped and peaked and tilted many times over those hours. So yeah, let me know if you guys liked this sort of content, like this sort of video. I'll try to mix it in here and there. It's end of season, so ranked season's going to be resetting soon, and I'm just not really enjoying ranked as much. I have SSL rewards and all that good stuff, so I'm not really a point to stress over MMR and all that. Not really good to be tilted end of seasons. Pointless, you know. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed. I'll definitely try to mix in videos like this here and there if this video does well, or if you guys want to see more of me just kind of sitting in free play and talking about a certain Rocket League topic and giving my knowledge or my take on it. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you next one. Till then, peace.